Okay, so if you all watched my last video on the Kenwood KR7400, it kind of got me to thinking, hey, I have an old turntable up in the attic. Maybe I should see if I can get it working again. So I dug it out, and lo and behold, the base was pretty grungy, as you can see. It's kind of beat up. The bottom's really bad. So, but by and large, the turntable was in pretty good shape. Has the wrong mounting screws for the cartridge, so I ordered a new set of those, the right proper kind. And I also ordered a replacement belt, which I threw on there. And it's not hooked up yet. But then I thought maybe I can go to the wood shop and come up with something. So this is what I came up with. Basically made a new base out of a hardwood called Padauk. P-A-D-A-U-K, I think it's spelled. It's an African hardwood. It's basically some scrap wood I had left. I threw this thing together pretty fast. It's not the neatest job on earth. And I cut the air hole on the wrong opposite side of the motor, so giving you a tell-all here. But basically all I did was I cut 4 pieces of wood, 45-degree angle, mitered them, glued them together, put these little glue blocks in here with some slots cut in them for the holes, old piece of plywood for the bottom, and then I just cut some slots on the table saw at an angle through these. I have a little slot cutting jig, spline jig that I use, and just put a little scrap piece of maple I had just to reinforce it. So it was a quick job. I'm sure you woodworkers out there are kind of cringing, but it's what I have. So we're going to put this together and oil this up a little bit and adjust it and see if we can get it to work. I will be right back. Okay, here it is. I just kind of took the old yucky, beat up, really bad looking particle board base off and stuck the new one on. So let's flip it over and see what it looks like. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. So let's put the top on and see if it works. I really didn't do much else to the turntable. This was actually a relatively low-end turntable in its day. So I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into it. Even on eBay, they're not selling for a whole lot of money, so I'm not going to invest a whole lot in it. But I thought it was worth at least fixing up to try it. If this was one of the better quality ones, I might have done a little more with it, but as it stands, I thought we'll just go with what we have here. Let's see here. See what it's doing. Should shut off. Okay. So if I move it out here, and that turns it off. Okay. Put our mat on. Not bad. Alright, so I guess the next thing to do is let's put the new screws in the cartridge. and see how it turns out. These are supposed to be special aluminum cartridge mounting screws. So I'm not an audiophile when it comes to turntables. I do like the sound of them, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that know an awful lot more about this than I do. But I thought this would be a neat project. Just something quick and easy. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, just take this off. And it's a nice little Shure cartridge. So let's see what we can do. Get this mounted up and I'll be right back. Okay, have the cartridge mounted up. However, the little damper springs that suspend the platter and everything, if you can hear that, is rubbing. And that is because this is pretty much bottomed out right now, which means that the springs aren't adjusted properly. So I'll have to take the base off, and we're going to have to see about adjusting that before we can try a record. So first thing to do is we're going to bring this around. We're going to take, very carefully, take the belt off. Pull the platter. I will probably remove the cartridge just for safekeepings over here. Put the little shield on. Unplug. And let's flip this over. Take the base back off. Okay. Pull these screws out. Been pretty busy at work lately, so I haven't been having much time to do some videos, but my son and I have been out in the workshop, in the wood shop, building him a new set of speakers for his bedroom, and those are almost done. And I have a realistic STA 111 receiver I think I'm going to give him. We're going to fix it up and use that. I think that'll be a good match to his speakers. So we'll probably be looking for a video on that pretty soon. So here we go. So there's not much going on under the hood here. But basically what you have here is these little springs. And if you notice, there's these little teeth and they're graduated down. So basically, the more you rotate this, each one of these four, the more upward force it's going to push on the platter and so forth. So as you can see, these are almost all the way out. These ones here are a little bit down. These ones here are out almost the whole way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1 click, 2, 3. We're going to go here, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And they should pretty much match up. You can see the beginning of the teeth here, so we're in the same position here. These ones are in that position already. I think that's why it was rubbing, because they weren't really even. You have a little more weight on this side because of the tone arm and so forth. So I think we're going to go 1 extra click on this side, and this is kind of trial and error from what I can see. The only things I did under here was I cleaned and relubed some of this, and these little mounting rubber mounting shocks were a little bit dried out, but they were still intact. So I just dipped them in some rubber renew and they seem to come right back, so I think we're good with that. I looked on eBay and I'll tell you, it's really hard to find these replacements. So Alright, let's put everything back together and see what we get. I won't bore you with lining this up and putting the screws in. I'll just cut out and come right back when it's all back together. Okay, got it all back together. I'll put a record on and let's see if it spins. Yep. I see this record needs cleaning, as do all my records. Everything's from the attic. I don't think I've played a record in 25 years or more. So let's put this down, see if it even plays without skipping. Okay, so far so good. I can hear the stylus on the record. I think we'll see if we can grab an amplifier real quick and see if we can get this thing to work. See what it sounds like.